Good morning, students. Welcome to our YouTube channel, Hatran Skill Center near Fountain Chowk, Yamunanagar. Our center code is 034, and I am Ankit Sharma. Students, we were discussing about the ethical hacking, and today's lecture will be discussing about the DOS attack and its prevention. So, starting from the lines, hackers may have reasons to break network security. They have many kind of reasons because if any person is asking to break their security or break someone's security and they are getting paid for that, then they will be having many reasons as some personal issues or some any kind of information gathering techniques are being used by the hackers. So whatever the reason is, hacking causes damage both to the particular individual who became the prey along with the computing devices and lays a more significant impact on business firms resulting in the loss of millions of dollars. The hackers also has a technique that they sat on a single computer and controls multiple computers at the same time. To do a more massive hack, though security experts have introduced advanced devices and methods for security as well as all know nothing is 100% secure. So here we'll be understanding how the distributed denials of services, okay, DDoS functions, and what are the steps required for protecting the individuals and business sites computers from this attack. So the first one comes is what is denial of service. The second one comes is symptoms of denials of service attacks. The third comes is common DOS attack types. The fourth one comes is defining distributed denials of services. Fifth comes is DDoS trend. Sixth comes is how to avoid DOS and DDoS type of attacks. The seventh comes is various factors on which attackers depend. Eighth, tools used, and ninth, countermeasures. So starting from the first one, that is what is denial of services. Let's start our lecture. What is denial of service? It is an attack on the computer or network that restricts, reduces, or prevents the system from restoring accessibilities to its legitimate users. It is a kind of attack in which an attacker or intruder tries to deprive systems, users, and authorized users of accessing their computer networks or sites. So here the attacker focuses on the bandwidth of the victim to perform this attack. Malicious use of resources internally within an organization may also result in denial of service attacks, and the target computers can also be attacked from the internal network by an unsatisfied or disgruntled employee. Okay, so it is a kind of attack on the computer or network which directly restricts, reduces, or prevents the system from restoring accessibilities to its legitimate users. As we have an as we used to restore our data or information on daily basis, some people use it on the hourly basis. Okay, so what denial of services do? DOS. It directly works on the restoring accessibilities of the computer, which stops or reduces or prevents them from restoring the data or information to the legitimate user. Okay, so it is a kind of attack in which attacker tries to deprive systems or authorized user for accessing their computers. The legitimate user cannot access their computer automatically because when they have stopped the restoring accessibility, the legitimate or the authorized user of accessing their computer network or sites are being deprived. So here the attacker focuses on the bandwidth of the victim perform this attack. They directly means the attacker focuses on the bandwidth of the legitimate user. Coming on to the next, malicious use of resources internally within an organization may also result in denial of service attack. And the target computers can also be attacked from the internal web network or an unsatisfied or disgruntled employee. It can be executed against the network, resources, data access within an inter-network environment. In 95% of cases, the majority case, the motive of an attacker using a denial of services is destruction and not stealing. So in 95% of cases, the main motive of the attacker is to destruct the data. He don't want to steal those data. He just want to destruct those data and no need to steal the data. So this is the denial of service. Coming on to the next is symptoms of denial of services attacks. What are the symptoms? This denial of services typically results in hanging the system, slow response of the system, slow unusual network performance, unavailability of the target website, reboot or shutdown of the particular system, incapability of accessing that target website, the drastic increase in the number of spam emails, the loss of information from the target computer or site, disconnection of wireless or wired internet connections, damages and deletion of network resources and hardware. And the last comes is destruction of data and programs of users that were online during the attack. Let's read it again. The first comes is hanging the system. Your system might get started hanging again and again and might give you a slow response to the system as you are using your computer or PC or laptop. You'll be having a slow response, a very slow response from the system. So it might result in hanging, or you might say that is there any kind of virus? Yes, there is a denial of service attack in that. And there will be slow, unusual network performances, unavailability of the targeted website which you are trying to open will not be will be unavailable all the time. And rebooting or shutdown of a particular system again and again, it usually automatically gets shut down or reboots. Okay. Incapability of accessing the target website. The target websites have incapable of accessing those. The drastic increase in the number of spam emails, the loss of information from the target computer or site, disconnections of wireless and wired internet connections, and damages and deletions of network resources of hardware, and destructions of data or programs of the users that were online during the attack. Okay, if the denial of services attacks is performed sufficiently for a huge amount of time on a large scale, the internet connections of the entire geographical region may get compromised without the attackers even known that this thing has occurred. Thus, denial of service attacks compromises a system without intruding, which is enough to disorganize the functionality or network infrastructure of an organization. So these are the symptoms of denials of services attacks. Now, common DOS attack types. What are the types of attacks? The first one comes is buffer overflow. It is a common type of denial of service attack to send a large amount of traffic through an address network. There is a particular type of addressed network in which encryption and decryption takes place. So the attacker, what it do, it sends the large amount of traffic through which what happens, it might get exploited, or the attacker may hang the networks or might slow down the addressed network. Okay, the attacker might find vulnerabilities to the target system that can be exploited easily, or the attacker may merely make a trial to attack in case it might work. So the main purpose of sending those traffic to an address network is the first, whether it directly exploits the systems or it just makes a try to exploit the system. If it works, then the system is being exploited. Otherwise, it is just a trial in which the legitimate user is unknown about the attack. Second comes as bandwidth attack. The single machine cannot withstand enough requests to overwhelm network equipment. and so a large number of packets are being sent at the time of flood the victim's network, a large number of pings to the target website. So changing the victim's bandwidth is also a type of DOS attack. Now coming on to the next is teardrop attack. In this type of attack, the service attacker exploits the way that the internet protocol requires. These fragments of the packets of then identifies an offset that enables the entire set of packets to get reassembled by the receiver computers. In this attack, the attacker's IP set a confusing offset value starting from the second fragment onwards. If the receiving operating system does not have a precautions for this attack vector, then it can cause the systems to get crashed. The physical infrastructure data operating system. In this case, someone may nick a fiber optic cable to the existing network hardware infrastructure. Using this attack, the traffic through the network can be easily rerouted. Now coming on to the next SYN attack. Here the attackers send a large number of SYN packets to the victim with fake source of IP addresses. Coming on to the next P2P attack. P2P stands for peer-to-peer attack. The attacker instructs the peers or the clients and disconnects from their peer-to-peer network and connects to victim's fake website. Here the merger exploits the network flaws using direct connection, that is DC++ protocol that is used for sharing all the types of files between instant messaging clients. Coming on to the next, defining distributed denials of services. A DOS attack A DOS attack is reframed with the name of distributed denials of services DDoS attack when a multiplied or multitude of hacked systems targets a single system. In other words, when a denial of service attacks is performed using several compromised devices to attack within a particular system, then that distributed nature of attacks is termed as distributed denials of services attacks. Okay. In a typical denial, distributed denials of services attack, the merger attacker starts exploiting the vulnerability in one's computer or systems and make it DDoS master. It means through this computer, the other vulnerability computers are detected and identified and then infected those systems with malware. Here to launch distributed denial of services attack in the DDoS master system, the attacker uses botnets to affect and then controls a large number of computers and then attacks on a single system. The attack is termed as distributed because multiple computers are being manipulated by a hacker to execute the denial of service attacks. Okay, students. Now, in next lecture, we will be discussing the further topics, that is DDoS trends, and furthermore, how to avoid these things and what are the countermeasures, various factors we'll be discussing in the next lecture. Okay, students. Thank you.